This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. On Money Monday, we focus on financial education for women, and we are learning all about Medicare and IRMAA today. And joining me is Caleb Doan, the Vice President of Foster Financial. Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
It's going well. Thanks very much.
Yes. Okay. So this is interesting. So we have Medicare, and then there's IRMAA, which is a new term to us. So tell us, what does that mean?
Yeah. So this was something we talked a little bit about last week. How people got the letter in the mail from the Social Security office, told them that if you're taking Social Security, you're going to get a 3.2% increase. And for some people on that same letter, there was an extra little kind of disclosure that said, hey, your Medicare premiums are actually going up next year because you made too much money. Now, everyone's Medicare premiums are going up a little bit just due to inflation. I think it's going up by $10 or just under $10 for Medicare Part B.
Okay.
But IRMAA, which stands for Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, is an extra premium that they charge just because somebody made too much money in their eyes.
Oh.
And the issue, I guess why we're talking about this kind of on Money Mondays where we focus on women's wealth is because this often affects widows specifically. Because the threshold for somebody to kind of go over into IRMAA and start paying more on their Medicare premiums is pretty high when you're a married couple filing jointly. But then as soon as a spouse passes away and then the remaining spouse is filing as a single filer, that threshold is then cut in half. And so a lot of people, if they're still bringing in, roughly the same amount of money through required minimum distributions or whatever it might be, all of a sudden they get kicked into IRMAA and they're paying $65 extra every single month or more in retirement just for Medicare. And it's the exact same coverage.
Wow. Okay. So just to circle back for a second. So this does not apply to everyone. It is that letter. And you said there's a specific line that people have to pay attention. So is there any indicator that they kind of know that they'll receive it? Or is it just a surprise?
Yeah, that letter itself is what will let them know that they got pushed into IRMAA. And what they do is they actually use your income from 2 years prior to determine what you're going to pay. Because if you think about it right now in 2023, you haven't filed your taxes for 2023 yet. So technically the government doesn't know what you made. So the government looks at your taxes from 2022 and then they write you a letter at the end of 2023 and they say, hey, you made too much money last year in 2024. We're going to charge you extra for your Medicare premiums.
Okay.
And so there's a couple things that people can do to avoid this. The best thing is in advance, we can kind of project out somebody's income and see if they would go into IRMAA. We can look at your required minimum distributions, your Social Security, all of that stuff to see if you'll go into IRMAA in the future. And we can do things right now to prep for that. So we can do Roth conversions, we can do a lot of tax strategizing things to avoid that in the future. But there's even things that you can do right now.
Right. And you had mentioned women in particular. And so if a woman did lose their spouse and they became a widow, why does it affect them even more?